Hi, welcome to APP Cook Studio. My name is Rushina Munshaw Ghildiyal. You are watching me on Sifi.com.
Please talk about APB Cook Studio.
So APB Cook Studio is basically a kitchen studio. It's the first of its kind in India. We have a space that inspires people to cook. The point of creating it was we wanted a place where people would rekindle their love for cooking, because these days it's become so much about, hurry through life, and food seems to, although it's the most important thing in our lives, we tend to give it the least priority because we don't have time to eat. So we bunk breakfast because we're late for work, and then we'll eat something unhealthy like a vada pav or something, and then we won't have lunch because we've got a meeting, and then again you'll end up eating something like a sev puri, and we're losing our connect with our food. So in our family, in my husband and me, have we realized at a point when APP Cook Studio was not even an idea, we realized at a point that in our house we were doing a lot of cooking. He bakes and I cook, and our idea of getting together and doing something nice was we would both cook something together, and we would all sit down to eat with our kids and everything. And those became nice occasions when you were building memories. The kids were helping you with making their own toppings for the pizza and things like that. We didn't need to go to a mall to spend time with children, or a treat didn't involve junk food like pizza or a burger. We were doing it all at home. So that's where it started from, and we wanted to create a space where we could do this, where people could reconnect with food. And I think over the last 2 years we've managed to do that to quite an extent. I think most people that come in here fall in love with the place. They come back again and again, so we're very thankful for that. The great thing about APP Cook Studio is it's to experience. So we encourage you to burn your bread and undercook your food, because you learn from your mistakes. We are a hands-on studio. We have 5 individual cooking stations where you actually cook for yourself. You're not just sitting and watching somebody cook. We also get in a whole lot of different people to teach. So different instructors who are passionate about specific subjects come in and teach different things. So we do bakery courses with Chef Kunala Rolkar. Our in-house chef Shrishti is also really good with breads and desserts. Then we have instructors like Tanvi Manyar. She's an LCB trained chef who comes in and does dessert classes. We recently had something with Amal Farooq of Sugar Overdose. We've also had in the past people like Chef Ritu Dalmia, Chef Vikas Khanna, who've come here and launched their books. We've hosted Chef Matt Moran from Australia as well. So the idea is we try and curate experiences, not just cooking classes, but experiences where you go away with, a little bit more confidence in yourself as a cook, and great ideas that you can implement at home in your own kitchen.
Would you like to talk on food presentation, how important it has become?
I think food presentation is something that has always traditionally been important. If you look into the ancient texts of India, you do find historical references that tell you that you appreciate food with your eyes first. And it's true even today. I mean, the first taste of food you get is through looking at it. So I think food presentation is really important in the sense that it looks nice. That's why every household in India, we put that little bit of dhania on top of anything that we serve. Or, if it's a raita, we'll put a sprinkling of jeera and chili powder. So we do a little bit of garnishing. Nobody will serve up food without a little bit of garnishing on top of any dish. And I think it just makes the whole experience better. Imagine you've spent a really long time planning a meal and cooking it, and then you serve it up. If you serve it up with just a little bit more, thought, it just makes the whole experience complete, I think. So it's a very important aspect of cooking.
Can you share your expert views on Indian cooking as far as beginners are concerned?
I think most of us in India grow up around our mums or grandmoms or aunts or expert cooks and tend to imbibe some of their knowledge. I don't think anyone actively teaches their kids to cook. My mother never did. I just learned. In fact, my book is all about my memories of learning from my mother and my grandmother. I think the cook I am today is because of the women that have taught me how to cook. And when I say taught, I don't mean that there was a class ki, Dadi didn't say, come, I'll teach you how to make something. You just watched them and you learned. I love to do pickles, and I think that's a legacy from one of my grandmothers. I have a really good, understanding of flavors. I can taste a dish and figure out what's gone into it. I think that comes from my nani. So I think in India, what is happening today is a lot of us are moving out of our homes and are perhaps not with our parents long enough to pick up, cooking skills. So it's important for us to do that, because later in life you will miss it. I remember after I got married, so I grew up in a Gujarati house and I got married to a North Indian, and I remember living in Chandigarh and really craving for my mom's Gujarati cooking, and I couldn't cook it at that point. I hadn't learned. So I taught myself over the years and started documenting recipes and things like that. But I think today for the beginner cook, it's actually not that difficult to learn how to cook. If you've grown up in India, you probably already have a lot of latent knowledge in your head that will come out once you start cooking. In fact, we do a very nice, it's going to come in January or February. We have a really nice course on Indian home cooking that will be coming up. It's a 6-day course which I have personally put together. I've broken it down into dal, rice, rotis and breads, desserts and vegetable dishes. And the idea is to teach people how to think about food, not just replicate a recipe. So I think it's important to learn how to cook and know how to cook, because one, it helps you cook for yourself when you live on your own. Two, it helps you eat healthier, because even if you don't cook on a daily basis, when you are cooking or you are connected to what is going into your food, you will automatically be more careful about the choices you make when you eat outside as well.